It comes in the package wrapped inside out. So the first thing you'll want to do is take it out of the package, of course, and then rewrap it starting at the Velcro ends, and wrap it with the Velcro to the inside, and you'll end with the pouch end to the outside here. Okay. By tradition, a leg is always wrapped with a polo wrap from the back to the inside to the front, which means on this left front, then we'd go back inside to the front, come around this way, opposite on either the right front or the right rear. The reason I like a polo wrap over splint boots is just the amount of exactness you can put in the amount of tension you put on the wrap. The first thing when I put on a boot, the first question that goes through my mind is, am I putting it on tight enough or is it too tight? With a polo wrap, because it's designed to be on the leg of a polo horse the entire chucker without being removed, it has to stay in place, and that's the beauty of the polo wrap. It's more time consuming to put it in place, but when it's all said and done, wherever you put it, it stays, and that's by design. One of the important things when you wrap a leg, any leg, is to have the weight on the limb. Don't wrap a leg with weight off the leg like that left leg, for instance. And if they shift around during the wrap, then be sure and readjust the horse so you're always wrapping on a leg that has a weight bearing. Okay, with Performance Ice Wrap, we have a double layer here during the performance that has basically is double protection on any area that you worry about in the average horse. Then that's the flexor structures: superficial flexor tendon, deep flexor tendon, and the suspensory, and that's all behind the cannon bone. So this extra double layer would be placed over that area. If, on the other hand, you had a horse that was interfering on the inside over the sesamoids, for instance, by reaching across with the other front limb on a turn, then this double protection can be placed a little farther to the inside, just so it protects whatever area is most critical on the leg. Now, to place it, we always start at the widest part of the fetlock, and we go, like I said, back inside to front. So this will be laid on the back of the leg, typically, and the roll then is turned so it will go around the leg. You just basically take the roll and you turn it. This is what it looks like on the inside, and that's what it looks like on the outside. Okay? So I'll go ahead and start the wrap. We start at the widest part of the fetlock, like I say. Lay the double protection in the area that you want to protect. Bring the wrap around the widest part of the fetlock. Then the next wrap will be either over that or just slightly below. And then you start up the leg. You can see how much more protection we have in this area than we have up here. That's by design on the Performance Ice Wrap during the performance. We'll go up the limb and we always end at the top. This horse happens to have a short cannon bone, which presents no problem. The top of the wrap then is just laid down to whatever to tie in right below the carpal area here, brought around. And then we have three Velcros just as added protection against anything that might slip out of place and cause the wrap to loosen. If the end of the Velcro is a little bit too long, you can always take your scissors and just nip it to conform to the horse you're placing it on. That's the wrap in place for the performance, whether it be barrel racing, jumping, dressage, roping, where we have all of the protection back here. We have very little protection up in this area where it really isn't needed. So it's not bulky all the way around the limb. It's only presents more protection in the area that's critical. That's the wrap during the event. What typically we would do then, a lot of the girls will say be entered in 3 rodeos in 2 states in 2 days, and they're short of time. So after they finish their run, they have to jump the horses back in the trailer as soon as possible, get on to the next venue. And typically what we would do then is just go ahead and cool the horse out, tie the horse to the trailer, and then remove the wrap. For the sake of time, I have another one prepared, but this is the icing part. It's really important to cool these lower limbs down post exercise or post run. In this wrap, it's done. You can use the same wrap. You can see that the pouch that acted as a double protective area here has a little Velcro top to it. And inside then we can place an ice pack that has been placed in a freezer for at least 2 hours. This is one that I've already prepared like that, and you can see that the ice pack then is just placed through the Velcro. The pack itself, when it's completely frozen, is still mushy. It's quite nice. It's flexible, so it conforms to the limb. This pack has been completely frozen. Even though it looks like it's partially melted, it has typically, in most conditions, at least 25 minutes of cooling, and that's basically what we want. Post exercise is about 20 to 30 minutes cooling. If it goes longer than that, the little blood vessels that we are trying to constrict to keep microbleeding at a minimum in the lower limb from the run will dilate after about 30 minutes of cooling. It can only stay constricted so long, so after about that length of time, either the wrap needs to be removed, or in this case, this is designed to be cool about that long, so you can leave this in place. So if the girls had run, they had put the ice pack on the leg, jumped the horse back in the trailer, off to the next venue. The leg is being iced in transit for about 20 to 30 minutes, typically about 25. The wrap is placed essentially the same way. The only difference is we have an ice pack in place here. If you want the leg a little bit cooler, you can wet the leg. You can use alcohol. You can use the sodium potassium chloride solution, which I like to use. Sometimes alcohol, if there's are little skin sores or skin abrasions on the leg, sometimes that's uncomfortable for the horse. So, and if you were in a real bind, you could just use water. Wet cool is, in my mind, the best cooling we have. I don't like plastic against the leg, but this is a quite nice interface for a cooling gel here. We do, again, the same thing. The only difference is we have the ice pack inside of the double protective area, and now we've turned it into an ice pack. Again, we go back inside to front on our roll. So we turn Turn the roll like this. Again, we start maybe just slightly lower this time to encompass the whole fetlock area. And this will have to be placed a little bit more snug to keep in place if the horse is stomping flies or moving around a lot after the run. But this is a quite nice cooling modality, and it will, like I say, last about 25 minutes under most circumstances, and that's pretty perfect. And there you have it. On to the next venue.